Hello, Helena. I'm Jana May, and I'm your local real estate expert with Exit Magic City Realty. And I am excited to let you know that we have Tangee Edwards today on Business Unusual. Tangee is a lifelong resident of Helena, Alabama, and she has studied international business in marketing and management at the University of Alabama and has done a lot of outreach and a lot of philanthropy. So, did I mention that she is a candidate for Helena City Council Place 4? Without further ado, I am delighted to introduce you to Tangee Edwards. Tangee, thank you so much for coming on Business Unusual. Do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Okay, I'm going to read you the whole Bible of Tangee. Okay, I'm just playing. We only have but a few minutes, so I'll be brief. I am a lifetime resident of Helena, Alabama. And even though I have had many global experiences throughout the world, God has blessed me with those opportunities. I am from Helena, Alabama. So with that being stated, I'm married. My husband is David. He is a veteran, Army vet. And we've been married 2 years. Yes, 2 years. I love my husband. He keeps me grounded, because I'm all over the place sometimes. I'm like very sociable, and he's very one of those people that kind of just look at things in a different manner. So we come together and make some great decisions in life. I have no kids. Even though I want babies, I love the babies. So you know what? The truth is, I have 1 million kids, or at least a couple of thousand, because I've been working with youth all my life. And so even though some of these babies are now grown, they're all my babies. So I have babies that are not my babies. But far as birth family, at this time, I have no kids. But we are looking forward to start a family.
Awesome.
So that's about me.
Can I tell you, Kiki is a big fan of yours, because this is the first time she's gotten all involved.
So, I'm gonna have to come take her home. I'm gonna take Kiki home.
You can't take my baby, but you can come visit.
Yeah. I have a one little love child at home, which is my dog. I can say she's my little bitty baby, but she's like 98 pounds, so people tend to think that she's not a little bitty baby. It's my rescue is a dog that we actually got from the rescue, and she is not a lab. She is a Rottweiler pit mix, but I know it sounds dangerous, right? But the sad part about it, she lick and kiss on everybody. She just loves everybody. In fact, my veterinarian always like to say, you can just keep her here. We love her. And she is just too friendly. I mean, yeah. So that's my baby.
Awesome. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What's her name?
Lady. And she is such a little lady, because when you come to the house, she's going to be like this with her paws and laying like this. Yeah, she's such a little lady.
Yeah, that's so awesome. And you don't think of a feminine Rottweiler like that. You think, so.
Well, the thing is that my stepfather gave me her, and she was abused. She was tied up in a tree, and she was a little skinny thing, and so she needed a home. He actually purchased her for my mom. But I was like, Mom, I'm leaving. I need somebody to be with me. And this is like before I met my husband. And so with that being stated, she's been with me ever since. And now she's part of the family. So yeah, I think she owned the house, because she lives there and enjoyed more than I do. So
yeah, yeah, because you're a busy woman. And speaking of being, that's a good segue. Thank you. Being a busy woman, what do you do during the day?
Okay, so a lot of people know me from being a manager at Wells Fargo, but I would say my life is pretty much this. My life is tied up into outreach and community service. My job with Wells Fargo for this season in my life, as well as I have a small business where I do strategic management and marketing. So those are the things that I kind of tie my hands around. And my family is another job. Can I include them as part of my job and business? Because they're a full responsibility. Yeah, so
And I
That's what I
met
do.
some of your family. They're beautiful, and they were very supportive at
Oh,
Hillsborough.
yes. Yes,
Yeah.
my husband really is not gonna talk a lot because he's very quiet. Ever since he came back from Korea, he's been like kind of quiet. But the point is, he will speak and he has an opinion.
Yeah.
He's just not one of those people that like I'm gonna just jump out like, "Hey, how you doing?" He's gonna sit back like, "Hey, how you doing?" type. But you know, you need that balance. So we balance each other out a lot.
That's
Hmm.
how my husband and I are. I'm out there talking to strangers, and he's behind me smiling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What do you like to do for fun?
Believe it or not, my outreach, helping people, is a breather for me. It's really what I love to do because I just am amazed how the Lord allows me the opportunity to really
Mm.
sow or bless somebody else, right? So it's like a joy that I get from that. But outside of that, I do like to read. And that's interesting because I have always been smart with math, right? So, like, for example, in elementary school, I completed all the way through sixth and seventh grade math labs. So there's like we have no more to do. It's like second grade, right?
Wow.
And reading, I was a little behind, you know. And later on, I discovered that my comprehension was phenomenal, but speaking and just the difficulties with speech, right, kind of hindered me from reading out loud, and I was a little ashamed about it. And so it's just amazing how God turned it around because I used to have a little difficulty with that and reading out loud. I used to get nervous. I was ashamed because once again, it comes from like one of those situations where I went to a school and there wasn't a lot of people like me that was around, and I was a little intimidated. And I didn't know that as a child. I just know that I get nervous when I get in front of people. But when I went to college, then the Lord allowed me the opportunity. I was just one day and just sitting there, and I just needed to understand something that I wasn't getting. I'm sure everybody who's in college will understand that every once in a while you're like, okay, Lord, I got this going on. What am I going to do in my life? You know, I'm at my mama house. What's next for me? And I'm sitting there in the middle of the center, student center, and I'm like, okay, Lord, I'm going to pray. And I opened up my Bible and I just started reading it, or I guess the word started reading me. And then what ended up happening was as I started reading the word in the King James version, my speech actually improved.
Wow.
My and so like I don't stutter anymore. I don't have, you know, it's amazing, you know.
That
So
is,
it's just a gift from God. Yeah,
because that's not an easy read. It's like
it's
you know,
not an
King
easy
James is
read,
like
but you
reading
know,
Shakespeare. It's not easy.
yeah,
So
but you know, the thing about it is that what was so blessed about the experience is that, you know, when God started to show you, and I guess it's not for a spiritual thing, but we hear something, be open. You told me to be open. So
I
when the
want you
Lord
to
starts
open.
showing you who you are and how he purposed you in this world and how everything that you would go through in life is already written and is already a solution, you just trust him through the process, then what
Hmm.
end up happening is that so many things open up for you and it makes it easier to understand. So I tell my husband all the time, if you ever want me to shut me up, and I tell you, if you ever want to shut me up because I'm wrong about something, show me in the word because that would shut me down. You know, I'm a firm believer that the word is the truth. So, and I know some people differ from that, but that's just my personal experience and that's my belief. Yeah.
I believe that. Thank you. Thank you. What are your dreams for Tangee? I know one of them.
Well, Tangee dreams to do what is that? What's one of them?
Australia, mate. She wants to go
Woo,
down
woo, woo,
under.
woo. Yes, I would love to go to Australia. In fact, I was planning on going to Australia before COVID hit in December. And I have friends from Australia, and we actually meet in different, in different parts of the world. Mostly Nashville, though, lately because of the fact that they have family here in Nashville, and so I really love my Australian family, you know. And I guess that would be my second place home if I had to move out of the United States. I'd probably go to Australia. I don't know. I like so many different places. Australia would probably be it because I like us. I think I like Australia. So
It's
with
an
that being said,
easy life. You get
mm-hmm.
4 weeks vacation. You get 1 week sick leave. You get 1 week personal, and say that you got the flu,
Mm-hmm.
that's only one, that incident, and you're off for a week, that's for one sick day.
Really? Wow. Wow.
When I
Wow.
came back to
See?
America, I had to adjust to the, what, 2 weeks? That's all I get.
Yes, ma'am. Well, you're an entrepreneur now, so since you're an entrepreneur, you have a little more flexibility. That's the
Yeah,
advantage
I
of being
never
an
have a
entrepreneur.
vacation.
Yes, ma'am.
But
But I
that's
have
okay.
dreams. I dream that I would like to do global business and mission with it. So in other words, when I go places for business, I also would like to give back to wherever country or place that I am in at the time.
Mm.
So like for example, I was scheduled to go, I got canceled again because of COVID, to India, back to India, to Mumbai, and I had started working to try to do some different food programs and boxes and just essentials. I mean, things that we think we take for granted, soap, toiletry items, hygiene items, and just do like little care packages and give away to the people that are there, because I mean, it is very hard. You know, it's a very hard living. I mean, when you go to these third world countries, what you're
Mm.
going to see is you're going to see how really rich and blessed you are, and how even with government, even though people think bang up about government, is really in America is even better than some of the other worlds, other countries and other places in the world. So we're really, when they consider us to be rich compared to what that's accessible to them, we are rich. You know. So with that being stated, my dream, to answer your question, is to be able to do as I go globally doing business, be able to bless the people in those different places. So that would be my dream and my desire to do. But outside of that,
Thank you.
you know, just be happy, help people as I go.
Thank you. Thank
Mhm.
you. You've lived in Helena your entire life. Um, you want to share with us about your community involvement?
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so I guess you know by now, I come from a ministerial background where my family, if they was not in the pulpit, including women as well as men, because my aunt added violence. Some people know her from working at the library. She's a librarian here in Helena. She also helped Mayor Penhill with the museum, trying to get all the historical things put together. So she's a historian as well.
Awesome.
Um, my family, so if you don't know us from ministry, we sing. Okay, I'm not saying I can sing because I really can't. I'm the person they invite because nobody else wanted to come to church that day. But I would get up there, I would try. You know what I'm saying? You just have to
I'm
sit
sure
through it
it's
because I'm gonna do the whole
beautiful.
verse. I'm gonna do the first, second, third, and fourth stanza. I'm gonna get you there, right? And I'm probably gonna forget the words along the way, but we're gonna get there. So with that being stated, a lot of the things that I do, I really don't, because I come from a ministerial background, I really do not broadcast my outreach efforts. But we work with homeless shelters. In fact, I have a cousin now that goes every Sunday and feed the homeless downtown. We work with abuse. As far as that Save a Life, which is the Pregnant Resource Center, when I was there as a client advocate, I helped them start a program which kind of focuses in on women who had miscarriages, right? Because usually at the time we had a program for women with abortion, but what about the women who just kind of like lost their child? So it was no program at that time. So we helped work with that program, get that initiated. I'm a Order of Eastern Star, so of course, we do all kind of outreaches. In fact, we just now, last month, we gave care packages for kids at home to Shelby County. I guess it's like some type of assistance when people come for they have hardship and they come, and basically did the puzzles and the games and the
Mhm.
and snacks so that they can carry back. So it's like a kid break type of a little kit. But and I work with I just do a whole lot of outreach. As you see, outreach is one of the things that's close to my heart. Now, one of the things that I have really never spoken about is, and I can't do it a lot anymore because of the fact that it can be confused, conflict of interest for my job, is that we used to do empowerment seminars where we go to like the Bible Belt in areas that are, I guess, underprivileged, not privileged areas. And what we would do is we would teach them economic development. We would teach them about how to better themselves in the economy. So that's one of the things. But once again, that's outreach. I'm learning through this election that I need to publicize more of what I do. But really, you know, it's a hard thing for me. So with that being stated, it's like I don't do things to brag, to boast about what I've done, because really it's not just me, it's other people working, and those people that are being served, I could easily be one of those people. It's just that Lord allowed me an opportunity to be a vessel to give them the resources they need to move forward. I like tutoring with some of the kids and encouraging education. I mean, you're talking about growing up in Helena. I remember I went to Jack's the other day for breakfast, and this is a true story. I went to Jack's like 2 days ago for breakfast, and I saw one of the ladies that work at Jack's. And see, I remember, now I know, showing my age, I remember taking her kids, which I was probably like only 6 years older, but I was like in my early teens, and we used to walk to the library. And then they'll come to my house and we'll do Bible study. And I had like the little ice cream, the little Kool-Aid pops. I don't know if you know, like you pour Kool-Aid in the cup and you freeze it. And, and we'll be walking to the library.
Dixie cups,
and,
yeah.
Yeah, and she was like, "Oh, my daughter thinks that you're a mentor to her. She's so thankful." And, you know, really, it wasn't a motive of, you know, the motive was we just want to help somebody, you know, and I want to be helping, you know, and we don't always have the same resources as all the other areas. So sometimes you have to create those avenues.
Yes.
Now that I've talked to you for 1,000 times, but go ahead.
Oh, you can keep talking to me about it. And, you know, a true servant, like you mentioned that you didn't like to say what you do because you're doing it from your heart, and that's a true servant. But yes, people of Helena need to know.
Yeah, they want to know. They can, I mean, you pop up and they be like, "I know that girl from somewhere." And, you know, if somebody's house, like we have been able to bless people get into homes or recover from home loss. Katrina, we was involved with that. April Fury, we donated over 15,000. In fact, we was on site before American Red Cross, giving out waters and stuff when there was no connection. I mean, so with that being stated, it's like, I don't want to be the center of, oh, this is what I'm doing. You know, I would like all the glory to go to God. And I would like to keep the privacy of the people that we serve, because, you know, you'll be surprised when people need help. And sometimes we can be shameful about needing resources, or we just don't know how to go about getting resources. And I would like people to know that when they come to me and they need something, that it's not going to be broadcast to the world. You know, it's going to be something private. We'll see if we can meet that need, and then we move forward. Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And thank you for all that you do with your outreach. You are running for Helena City Council, Place 4. Would you like to discuss that? Would you like to discuss that?
Yes, my Place 4. First of all, I would like to say that I'm very excited to have an opportunity to run. And I really would like to thank all the citizens of Helena that voted for me in the past and the ones that continue to support me today. I mean, I have increased. I have not received enough numbers in the past to win, but I have increased in the favor of God and among men of these last elections. So I really want to thank everybody for that. And even you, Miss May, thank you for this opportunity. That I don't even think I did that. Shame on me. I thank you because you are wonderful. Thank you for taking time out to not only get to know me, but allow me the opportunity to get to know the other candidates. And I wish your business much success. I'm telling everybody to go and support Miss May and her business.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to have to go show some of these beautiful homes in
Helena. We got
Helena.
some pretty homes in Helena, and they go like that. They go,
yeah they go
like I
like
got a
that.
sign in a yard, and it's gone. I'm like, why did I go through the trouble? Because it's sold.
Yes, ma'am. So I'm glad you mentioned that, because the thing is, a lot of people come to Helena because they like that hometown feel, right? And we're constantly growing. Now, being a lifelong resident of Helena, I would say that I have watched Helena. I can say I watched Helena grow, and it used to be a time we know pretty much all the neighbors, you know. And when I was looking at my platform this time, I was like, well, you know, we love the hometown feel, but to a certain regard, we're almost becoming like a big city because everybody don't know their neighbor. So what are the things that I can do and initiate to help that community feel still be alive in Helena? So community programs is a really big part of course, I like community service, would be a really big part of my platform, because I think that as a leader and leadership, we should help facilitate and initiate opportunities for people in the community to come together. And so, especially like for our veterans. I mean, my husband's a veteran. My father was a Marine. He received a Purple Heart, but he died from the Agent Orange chemicals that he had to breathe in during his years of service. And that was when I was a young kid. So that's kind of like how my mom ended up being a single mom. So with that being stated, it's like I would like to make sure that our veterans and our civil servicemen, I mean, my brother's on the police force now, they receive the respect and honor that's due to them. Our firefighters that are out there, I would like to also make sure that there's a place for our seniors. Yes, we do have a senior citizen center, but we need to be able to, as the leaders, to initiate opportunities for them to come together to receive resources that they may need. Just some understanding. You know, I'm not saying that we have to be the people that are there teaching them about the different Medicare. And I know somebody told me, so well, all they gotta do is call the number. But sometimes for some people, right, that's hard, right?
Yeah.
So what if we have one day, 4 hours, 5 hours, we come to the center and we provide something that would help the seniors or give them something to do. I mean, my aunt, when she
love
got to
that
the age that she
idea.
retired, yes, ma'am. My
I
aunt, when she
love
got
it.
to the age of being that she was retirement age, right, she sat on the porch. And a lot of people saw her sitting on the porch because of the fact that it was really nothing catered for her to do. So with that being stated, what we would like to do is we would like to think about that. And then youth programs, we have mothers and fathers out here that, yes, we have a great economy. We have a nice little medium for our income household, but yet there are parents who may not be able to afford all the fees. So what are the alternatives that we have? And I'm a big supporter of the Voice of Faith summer program, which I was involved with for our outreach. And they provide like 2 meals for the kids a day plus snacks. They provide real field trips, education. So, and this was a free service. I'm not saying that everything has to be free, but I am saying that as leaders, we should lead the movement to make sure our communities, and there are different community groups. I mean, what about the conversation with our HOAs? We need to make sure that we're really hearing, because if we have HOAs that are there to oversee communities, we need to be knowledgeable about what are the things they're seeing, how can we help as leader be involved. So community involvement in programs is one of the things that are top of my agenda. I believe that as a business owner myself, I believe that the business is the lifeline to the community. So I would like for the businesses to thrive. I mean, the economy needs to thrive. We need to find ways, and I'm not saying, once again, I'm not saying as a city council person, you have to do all of this. I'm saying we should be people that are connecting, pulling the resources and the tools together in order to help the businesses that we have here. I mean, there are things that we can do in our seat to help tourism, to get more people downtown, to get more people to the Helena market, to get more people coming through Helena and seeing some of the positive things that are going on in Helena. There are things and just simple ideas that we can talk to the business owners and help innovate them into thinking about, okay, like I remember you telling me about how with your business, when everything kind of went down, you know, you came up with your concept, which is a blessing for us now that we're eating off of it, to keep yourself in front. But along with that, coming together, having brainstorming groups and coming ideas to help our businesses grow and helping them look for grants, look for resources and ways that they can have income is something that we can't initiate, because think once again, we should as a council person be in contact with some of these resources and know how to go about getting some of these grants, or even partnership with the SBA to figure out what's out there to help them. So there are things that we can do collectively in order to help our businesses. Diversity, you know, when we talk about diversity, of course, you look at me, I am an African-American woman. I mean, I know I'm cute, but I'm not. I'm an African-American woman. You see that first.
Can I say it? Can I say it? I'm less than 1% Senegal.
All right, all right. So you got 1%. You got your drop.
Got my
You
drop.
got your drop. So, with that being stated, when I talk about diversity and conclusion, it's not just for the brown skin. Yes, we need to address that. We need to be very proactive in addressing that. But honestly, I have friends that are from other countries that are living here now that experience some things that are not what we call. And then, okay, that we would not call friendly. How about that? So, with that being stated, let me say this. Okay, when we talk about leadership and we talk about experience, right? When I look at Helena as a whole, what I would like to see is I would like to see all of Helena blessed. I would like to see all of Helena flourishing. I would like to see all of Helena thriving. We can drive through Helena if we're honest, and we can see that there are certain corners and there are certain aspects that are not thriving. Right? I rode through one community the other day and it really just hurt my heart because just simply driving by, I saw a speed sign that said children playing ahead 15 miles per hour. But this sign was not up posted. This sign was laying on the ground. And yes, the city council do not go around picking up signs, but we can make phone calls. We can say, hey, you know, we need to get this sign up. Can you know, we got children playing around the corner, you know?
Yeah.
I'm concerned when I see the kids walking. We're talking about infrastructure. Infrastructure, first of all, as a council person, I'm going to tell you, I really feel that infrastructure is a community, is a collective, collaborative effort. Reason why is because, at least I'm not familiar with any of the council people being engineers or having the experience and the degrees that's necessary in order to make, I mean, of course we make informed decisions based upon the council of people, but there are networks of people and residents in our community that have went to school, that work with other companies, that work with the gas company, that work with LDOT, that we can pull in resources like, hey, let's focus on Helena. From your expertise, you know, we're trying to correct this infrastructure, you know, because right now, we're not ahead of the curve. We need to be 5 to 10 years ahead of the curve so we can be sustainable in our infrastructure development, or we want to be overwhelmed because we have houses that are scheduled to go up. We have schools that are overcrowded, you know, and I'm not to speak illy saying that, you know, I'm not speaking illy of the council. That's not my intentions. What I'm saying is that maybe we need an additional perspective on how we can move some things a little faster. I would like to advocate for my home. This is my home. I'm not going nowhere unless the Lord say something differently, but as of right now, Helena is my home. So I would like to advocate so that Helena can be a place for all people. I would like all people to benefit, whether you're in a $100,000 house or whether you are in a $50,000 house or whether you're in $1 million home. I want you to be able to know that your kids are going to receive the best education, that your kids are going to, that your family is going to grow, that your business is going to thrive, you know. So I would like to bring that element of diversity and conclusion for the community, for all people in the community, not just for brown faces, you know.
Yes.
And as a brown face, I would be, how would I say this? I would not say it does not hurt me to know that in 2020 we have not had but one brown face or one minority on council. My uncle served for 6 months. His name is Johnny Diviner. He served for 6 months on Helena City Council. He was appointed by Mayor Penhale, and he served. But once again, with the way that we are with districts and at large, right, it's kind of hard when you're a minority or to gain a majority vote, you know. So it is a little disappointing to know that when I do have kids as of today, if I had one now, that there's no one they can look up to. And I think that's essential, that we need some type of diversity. Now, we do have diversity with women. We have some phenomenal women on council, in government, so the women are holding it down. But
Yeah.
there are other groups that need to be recognized as well, because, yeah, I'm not going to go too deep in there, but my heart is the fact that we do need diversity, and we need diversity for all people, because I want
Yeah.
all people to equally feel the love in Helena. You know, it's a beautiful community. Yeah. I just
And
want community for all, a great city for all people, for all people. I want you to know, that you're loved in Helena, and I want you to feel like you are a part of this city. And I know we all play together, yeah, but it's not the same. I mean, I hear stories of things that happen, and just because we're not riding, or just because we're not marching in Helena, or just because we're not on national news, does not mean that there's not nothing that's going on in our community. The thing is, it has not hit the head yet. So I would like for us to be a little more diverse. I would like for us to possibly have a diversity council where we can
yes.
talk about it. Now, I would say this is one of my biggest things. I think that I'm a better candidate, number one, with that issue, not just because I'm brown. That doesn't make me the better candidate, okay? I'm a better candidate because the Lord has blessed with the opportunities to travel globally. So I have lived with people that are, I mean, been in the Hindu synagogue, and I mean, Hindu temple, and ate their food. And I have walked in Africa, and I have been to Russia, and, so I have been places, and I understand the diversity of the cultures. You know what I'm saying? And I have been the minority there, and I have been the majority. I mean, other places. But the thing about it is, having those experiences where you see the world from a different perspective is something
Hmm.
that is a great assessment. It's a great okay. Having that global experience is a great asset to the city of Helena. The reason why is because we're talking about doing commerce. We're talking about infrastructure growing. I mean, a lot of people look at China for being one of the, because of their infrastructure, or how they grow so fast, and the roads and the
Hmm.
problems they run into, and the things they had to overcome, as one of the places that we look, or California, since California constantly has a lot of infrastructure plans going on. But having the opportunity to be in these places, travel throughout the United States, I'm not just stuck in Helena, gives it's a great asset. So you understand, and you get to respect how other people think. You have an opportunity to see how other people live, the things that they do. You have an opportunity to develop relationships that can help cultivate a more community for all feel.
Yes. Yes. And I really like the idea of a diversity council. I'd like to participate in that. And
All right.
yeah, yeah. One drop.
One drop. So you may not qualify. I'm just playing.
I'll be the Italian, Jewish, Christian
Yeah, the Italian
representative.
Jewish Christian mixed. Okay. That's correct. But you know what? That's what society is now. Society is not just black or white no more. You
Melting
have
pot.
people that are Hebrew mixed with people that are Asian. I mean, that's where the society is now. So the thing is, how do we learn to appreciate those differences? And how can we employ those differences into making our city better? How can we use those attributes that people have to make it a phenomenal place that when people come to Helena, they love it, they grow.
Yes.
Another thing I would like to do with my platform, just to throw this out, is I would like to communicate. Sometimes I feel that the council people do get a hard rep, or they do kind of get picked on or put that because of the fact that they are working. Some of them are working, right? But you don't know what's going on, and it's almost like, if you're building me a house, I need the general contractor to kind of tell me, okay, today we laying the foundation. We're going to do the framework. I need to be updated. I need to have an understanding of what's going on. If not, then I'm just looking at my plot like he's just holding my money. And I think that if we can improve communication and letting the citizens know more about what we're doing as council, as well as improve communication in the midst of the two different groups internally, between different groups and different departments, so that we can all collaboratively grow together. I think that'll be great, as well as technology. We are a little behind the curve on technology, you know, so I would like to see us improve. I would like to see council meetings be live. Everybody cannot come to council meeting. That's the bottom line to it. Everybody should come to council meeting, but everybody can't come to council meeting. I mean, it's a ball game going on at the rec center at 6 o'clock. And if you have a kid, if I have a baby, you know what I'm saying? If I'm not on council, I may be with my child, but I still want the information. So in 2020 and 2021, we should be visually, so you can see that. We should have notes efficient enough that people know, you know. So those are some of the things that I would like to see done in my platform and in Helena.
I like the idea of televising council meetings, and you know, with COVID-19, it's easy to do. Yeah,
you know, a lot of people was scared about COVID. I don't know if people saw my
I was a stunned mullet for a couple of days going, what?
Yeah, well, you know, COVID gets scary, but in every pandemic, in every downfall, recession, there is an upcoming. You know, there's a time to prosper after this, or even through this. Through this, you're going to see more. I mean, businesses now are having to rethink how they do business, which is better for them because they don't have to be in a shop all the time. They have multiple platforms to sell their products on. You know, churches are having to rethink how they do worship service. How do they get information to not just their members, but to the masses? How do they grow membership during this time? You know, so.
Right.
COVID is a very serious thing, but in COVID, there's some opportunity for growth. I would just desire that we, as a leader, and as a future council person, that we do look at how do we maintain the safety of our people, and what are the things that we can do in order to make sure that our kids are protected, make sure our business owners are protected. I mean, is there any kind of funding to help them get the protective equipment they need? It's information, you know, what information, where are the tests in place? I would like to see us have a testing here in Helena. You know, it's one of those things I would like to say that sometimes people say, well, why don't you not doing this now? Okay, let me answer that question. Because sometimes in order to really initiate some of the things you would like to see, you have to be in a position internally in order to kind of make it happen. And so I feel that if I'm elected to council, I would be in a position to help initiate. Okay, so people ask the question, why are you not doing this now? Or, you know, you don't have to be on council to do this. You can still work. You can still work on the outside. But honestly, sometimes, especially in this time in society, you need to be in the position, in the seat, and so that people can respect your opinion and the things that you're trying to initiate and do. I believe that with my experience, and I am an experienced leader, and I have proven leadership, not only from the community, but also in the business aspect. With my experience, as well as being a leader understands, first of all, that one of my biggest things I tell all of my people, if anybody work for me, they will tell you, be fair and consistent. If you're fair and you're consistent with all people, then what's going to happen is that you never have to worry about an HR problem or a future issue if you're fair and consistent. And right now, you know, I would like to see a community for all. I mean, I would like to make sure that everything is fair and consistent throughout the community of Helena. And I'm not just talking about a predominantly Black area. I'm talking about all aspects of Helena. So I feel I need to be in a seat in order to help initiate and be respected enough to initiate some of the changes that's going to help our economy thrive, as well as maintain that high quality of living that we all desire to have. We all want our market value to go up. But right now, if we don't get ahead of, once again, the infrastructure, if we don't get ahead of how we educate our kids, what's going on, we should be, and I understand that the school system is the board education. I understand that.
Shelby County, yeah.
But I feel, if I was in council, I need to be right there with the board of education trying to figure out, like, okay, what about my city? What can I do? I would like to hear from the PTOs, moms and parents, like, okay, how are you really feeling? If your child stay at home, then what do you need? I mean, as a leader in the community, I feel that even though I may not be the person that's there to do the tutoring, but I can create an opportunity for people to come together and say, well, you know what, we do have to work, or my skill is not reading, so therefore I may need tutoring. Are there volunteers that we can come together? Can we come together and create a community help list for parents that may not have the expertise in this area to help their kids if they're going to be homeschooled? So with that being stated, my point of everything is there are things that we can do collectively. I'm not saying as one person. I'm saying if given the opportunity, from my leadership in the past, I have been able to pull together groups of people in order to obtain a common goal and to increase revenue or increase a profit margin or increase. And I have worked with other
property values.
I have worked with other government officials. I have did other projects, such as build restrooms. But most of the time, to be honest with you guys, most of the time that I have did projects in the past, it was because of the fact that I was helping communities that really was not as blessed as Helena. So they may not have the funding, or they're, like I said, a Bower Belt city, or their area, they don't have the income. Maybe their average income in their homes is like 20,000 or 19,000. Education level maybe 11th grade. So, and that's not saying about the council people. They're saying that's the average of their demographic. So with that being stated, I felt at the time those are the people that needed my assistance more. But now we're growing in Helena so fast that I feel I need to be a part of Helena. I feel I need to be a part of Helena right now, because this is my home. I am concerned. I'm not going nowhere. So I would like to see us grow in a positive direction. We talk about smart growth, but what does that really mean? I mean, are we really looking at the different layers it's going to take in order to promote smart growth? Because it's not a one-man system. And if we're not able to pull our community together and those professionals in order to establish what we need, I'll call like the different layers of councils that we need in order to make some smart decisions, along with the people that are already in place, then we're going to fall apart being a one-man ship. We can't move a whole ship, a whole city forward with one person's effort. But we as leaders can start spearheading that stuff, bring community together, because we want everybody to know love in Helena. We want everybody to experience community for all. And I guess I keep talking and talking. That's my personality, Miss May.
I love it, Miss Edwards.
And I know you don't like me calling you Miss May, but
that's my mother-in-law.
Huh? I said, I know you don't like me calling you Miss May, but I'm a country girl. That's how my folks raised me. I mean, at work, they was like, will you please stop calling us ma'am? And it's like, she's only 15. Why are you saying ma'am? Because it's because I respect you. That's all. It's a respect.
Thank you. And I'm used to it now. And I know it's out of affection and not out of formality that you call me Miss May. So thank you. And yeah, you really enlightened me today, and I appreciate that. August 25th, we have a municipal election. Helena, please vote. It's your right. People have fought for all of us. Men, women, we've all fought for the right to vote. So please, if you're not registered, there'll be information following this video about how to become registered voter and vote for your community, vote for the people you feel belong in city council or our new mayor. So Tangee, thank you so much. Thank you.
Let me share one thing with you since you talk about voting. Okay, nobody else know this nugget, so you can get some fresh information. Okay, my middle name is Coretta, and my mother attended several universities for a period of time before she went to Helena University, and who's an educator as well. My mom named me after Coretta Scott King because she was involved in the civil rights movement. So if something, because like, you know, we looked at, I participated and I helped with the Jubilee and the March down in Selma in the past. So, you know, if you know, it was young kids were losing their life for the right to vote, you know, and my mom felt like if she was to pass, you know, she felt fighting for the right for the vote was worth her life. But if she, even with me being a kid, she's like, if something happened to her, then she wanted me to be named after a woman, a Black woman that I can look up to and respect. Mm-hmm. So my middle name is Coretta, after Coretta Scott King, because she knew in history Coretta Scott King, because of Martin Luther King, would always exist. And even her legacy as a woman and how she continued the movement for equality after her husband passed is phenomenal. And that's the thing I would like to see in Helena. I mean, I don't know how long the Lord will allow me to serve, or I don't even know if the Lord would even, if the city of Helena will even vote me in to serve. But I appreciate this opportunity because for me, for all those other kids that's coming after me with what I do as a leader in the community, I hope that I can inspire other people and be somebody they can look up to. They can see Christ in me, and they can see that I'm persistent and I didn't give up, and I continue to go even though the odds was against me. The odds are against me. We're less minorities. We're less than 11% period overall in Helena. So the odds are against me, but I promise you, I'm gonna fight for all, not just for my brown skin friends. I'm going to fight for all people. I'm going to fight for all ages, all sexual preferences, because I have friends that may not be some of the favorite. I'm going to fight for all people because all people deserve the right to live and thrive.
Sorry. I didn't have a rainbow flag, so I grabbed a cup.
Oh, you grabbed the cup. Okay.
P flag.
I'm going to ask people, and I know you already did your closing, but I'm doing the last closing. I'm the house preacher since it's my interview. Okay, I'm just playing. You know,
I haven't closed yet.
That when they go to the vote, if you don't do anything else, please consider my platform. Please consider some of the things that I'm bringing to the table and how this will be an enhancement for the city of Helena. I'm not saying something wrong with the leadership in Helena. I'm just saying that I believe that at this season, this time of my life, the Lord has blessed me with skills, talent, knowledge, experience that can enhance our quality of living. And so when you go to vote, when you think about who you want to vote, I would like for you to think Tangee Edwards. So when you go to vote, think Helena, but think Tangee Edwards. And I'm still your neighbor, I'm still your friend. I can be reached out at 205-337, no, that's wrong number, 205-580, 205-580-9842 is my direct number now. So you can reach me, you can call me, you can come and get you some cornbread and collard greens. You come to church with me.
I'm coming. I'll be there in a minute.
You joking for real though? My mother, my godmother over here, she just cooked some okra and it's so good. I'm telling you. I mean, I'm working out. I need to go to the gym, but anyway, please vote Tangee, and thank you all for your time. I thank all the people who have came and listened for the last, I don't know how long, 5 hours we've been on here. But please see my heart. Vote. If you don't vote for me, vote. Still vote. But vote Tangee. When you think Helena, you want to think Helena, you want to think Tangee.
That's awesome. So thank you so much, Tangee. You've been such a pleasure.
I That's my shameless plug, right?
You go right ahead. So, Helena, thank you so much. Be safe,
Yes,
be
ma'am.
healthy, and be unusual. Bye,
All right.
Helena.
Bye.